Okay, so if you watched my last video on rent service accommodation, you may have loved it, you may not. But if you come out of that video with the intention of taking some steps forward, you haven't made any moves yet, then this video is for you. So this video isn't aimed at complete beginners. It's about people that already get this business model. Because what should be happening is if you understand the business model, but you're not taking action, then the issue is not knowledge. The issue is how are you still trying to do this? Because this is what I see time and time again. The people that are quite intelligent, they get it, they've invested heavily, they've done mentorships before. They're not failing, they're still taking action, they're just stalling, they're procrastinating, they're doing something they shouldn't be, or the path isn't clear. They're not being held accountable to that path. So they kind of stall. They're gonna make tweaks, they're gonna read another book, they're gonna share something on social media. They might get one viewing booked in. For me, when I hear that, that's them waiting for confidence. They're telling themselves they're being careful. They're not. They're waiting for something that will just inject a huge amount of confidence, and that is why they're going slower now. To me, that's just hesitating, that's over preparing, that's procrastination, all hidden with the saying that I'm preparing. I'm just preparing. For what? Just start making moves. You'll make mistakes, you'll get rejected, then you learn, then you can move faster, then you learn, then you can move faster. That's how you get to a deal faster, is not the first attempt. It's never the first attempt. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to act faster, you're going to come across more confident, the agents start to like you, landlords actually believe you because you're confident, and then boom, there's your first deal. But when you're doing this on your own, you've got no one calling you out on what you should be doing. Everyone sees online it's just winners, 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 winners. Everybody's making this look easy. So why can't you make it look easy? Because it's not easy. The process is not easy. It's social media marketers dressing it up as this is easy so they can get you to join their program. Doing this on your own creates three problems. One is no one is there to question your thinking. You don't know what you don't know. You might think you know everything, but if you've never done this before, you haven't got the experience locked with the knowledge. That accounts for a lot. So even though you might think you've mapped the whole process out, what if something comes along that throws you off? You don't know how to fix it. That's when experience comes in. So if you have no one checking your thinking, what if you're overestimating risk or underestimating risk? Both are going to slow you down. Problem two is we have no urgency. There's no deadline. There's no one-to-one support that is going to come to an end. This is why mentorships get the best results, because there's that pressure. That is true accountability. There's a time, there's value that you need to get within that time. So it makes you move. Makes you take unperfected action. This is why they say diamonds are created under pressure. It's the same. Results are created from accountability, and accountability is pressure. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be acting as fast as you should be. You might say, oh, I'm a bit busy today, I'll do it tomorrow. And then these small little habits creep in. So then everything around this side hustle, which should be a main business, not a side hustle, it should be treated as a main business. But everything within that becomes, I'll look at it later. And we have problem number three, which is you have no correction. If you have no one to correct you, then you're hesitating, and that's a heavy responsibility putting on yourself. That's why you stall. And this is why beginners that have true accountability are moving faster than people that are possibly more intelligent and thinking they can do this on their own. And I don't even mean to use the word intelligent, maybe more capable. You're more capable of doing this on your own. At the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. I always try and put myself in the eyes of a viewer. So, you know, I love to give as much value in these YouTube videos as possible. I think I over deliver. That's actually even the wrong word to use. I don't over deliver. I just lay all the value out on the table, and you guys use it or take it as you will. But the problem you may face is there's many people like me on YouTube, and they might have conflicting information. So who do you believe? So you'll be saying to yourself, once I understand a bit more, I'll watch that video, then I'll start to take some action. But confidence comes from taking action, having correction, not getting all your ducks in a row and then taking one perfect step. But you only get correction when you take some action and you get it wrong and someone corrects it. But doing this on your own, you're never going to get that. A lot of people think that the more information I get, that will lead me to starting. It's not. The process is very simple. You already know enough to start. It is literally this. You start a limited company. You find a landlord that has a problem. You fix that problem by renting their property. You use creative strategies to rent it out, bring in more revenue than the rent and bills. and the margin is yours. That's the business model in a nutshell. That's enough to start if you're more than capable. But what you do not have is the pressure, the accountability at the point of hesitation or correction. And it's the pressure, from my experience, holding all of my students accountable, it's the pressure is what creates the movement. Motivation is so spiky, it's so up and down. Inspiration might last a bit longer if someone's leading from the front, but at the end of the day, from my experience, it's the pressure, the accountability, the willingness to get it wrong and then be corrected so you can carry on going. Like learn straight away where you went wrong, which would just be a minor mistake because you've got someone watching you. No, don't do that. No, I don't want you to say that. That deal doesn't stack, don't make that offer. You shouldn't be afraid to move forward. That's the whole point of a mentorship. That's the difference between a course and a mentorship. A course just gives you the information, doesn't give you the pressure. A mentorship gives you everything, the tools, the pathway, literally the blueprint. All you have to do is follow it. Follow the same path that many people before you has walked and got the result. You just have to walk the path. If you don't walk the path, nothing changes. If you walk it, results will follow. So this video it's not here to convince you on anything. It's here to show you the real reason why progress may feel slow. If you're honest with yourself, you already know whether doing this alone is helping or hurting you. And if you want to continue doing it alone, again, this video is not here to convince you. That's absolutely fine. You crack on at your own pace. And I wish you the absolute best of luck. People have genuinely secured deals off the back of my YouTube videos, and that makes me so happy that my videos are evergreen. They're going to remain on YouTube for years for people to just tap into and help them secure deals. And people have done that. People I've never met. They sent me a voice note over Instagram and they were absolutely buzzing and they just wanted to thank me. That makes my day, right? That literally makes videos like making this worth it. But if you're not wanting to go on your own, or if you're not wanting to continue doing this alone and you want to speed things up and have a clear pathway, if not, then there's a link below that shows how we actually support people through this process.